All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about why this is the best time for performance cruisers. Let's talk about it. All right, what's going on YouTube? FXCLS Brooklyn is back in the building. I'm going to do a quick little garage talk here about a topic that's been coming up a lot lately that I figured we would cover that I found pretty interesting myself. So if you all saw my previous video where we were talking about the new Buell Super Cruiser, right? Very exciting topic for anyone who's into performance Harley Davidsons, whether that's Dynas, FXRs, or the new Lowrider STs. Really exciting announcement, especially for those of us who have been saying remake the FXR for a really long time. It looks like it might actually be happening. So funny enough, as that announcement came out, about a week later, Indian actually announced their new Sport Chief. Another rendition on the idea of a performance cruiser, right? So with that announcement, there's been a lot of mixed feelings. Some people are really excited. Other people are more of the mindset that, they're just Harley Davidson loyalists, and anything that's not a Harley Davidson is not going to do, and they're just writing off these new bikes from both Indian as well as Buell just because they're not Harley Davidsons. So in this video, I wanted to talk about how this time in particular, we're talking about 2023 and all the things that are happening in 2023 is 100% the best time to be passionate about the idea of a sport cruiser or a sport touring model, just in general. Whether you're a Harley Davidson loyalist or whether you're into any of the manufacturers listed. So first and foremost, as for just talking about Harley Davidson, we got the Lowrider ST a year ago, and that means somebody that wants to build a bike like this could now do so without having to go through all the blood, sweat, and tears that I had to go through to get a bike dialed in this way, right? You're gonna get something that's coming stock with a very well-designed fairing that's set to put in the miles on the long bike trips. And one of my friends who also does YouTube, that's the Chronicles of Flinch, he often talks about in his videos about frustrations about buying Harley Davidsons, which is a quote-unquote premium bike, and immediately having to change things such as the seat, such as the bars, such as the fairing, right? Talking about how nice it would be one day to just buy a Harley Davidson and have it come dialed in with the seat, have it come dialed in with the bars and the fairing. That's where I see the new Indian Sport model as a very, very special bike, because now that bike in particular, it's coming in with the bars dialed in, it's coming in with the fairing, right? And it's also coming in with really good brakes, right? It's coming in with those Brembo calipers, right? Which I had to go through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to make happen on my Harley Davidson. So there's a lot of exciting things coming in with that new Indian announcement. And I know a lot of people are just going to hate on it just because it's not a Harley Davidson. But here's why, even if you are a Harley Davidson loyalist, you should also be excited about that announcement from Indian as well as this announcement from Buell. The thing that's going to drive your Harley Davidsons to be made better, especially if you are someone who is into my riding style, which is sport touring, is for Harley Davidson to have competition. The fact that Buell, as well as now Indian, is going to give Harley Davidson serious competition with those new bikes, assuming the Buell does come to fruition in 2025, that's going to drive Harley Davidson to create a better sport tourer, a better sport cruiser, right? So it is a good announcement, even if you're someone that only plans on riding Harley Davidsons, because at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron. And what's going to give us a better Harley Davidson is Harley Davidson having to adapt and having to bring something to the table when they are getting some formidable competition, right? If Harley Davidson doesn't have any competition in regards of sport touring or sport cruiser, well, they could really come out with anything they want to, right? But now that there's competition, I'm really excited to see how is Harley Davidson going to punch back with a modern day FXR in 2025? How is Harley Davidson going to punch back at Indian with something like to go against that new sport cruiser that they came out with? Maybe they'll make some modifications to what they offer with the Lowrider S. But yeah, besides just keeping that positive mental attitude, like I said, for us in the motorcycle community who are passionate about this type of riding in general, the fact that these companies are giving themselves competition is the best thing for the rider base. It should make you happy because undoubtedly, when we look at the bikes that are going to be offered, say in 2 or 3 years, I could hands down say they're going to get better than what's being offered today. And the way that that's going to happen is with competition. I believe that competition is what drives you to do your best work, and that's within your career, that's within your passions, right? It's the same thing for these new motorcycles that are being created. You need competition to get better, and right now in 2023, we're starting to see some serious competition, and that's a really exciting thing for someone who is passionate about these bikes. So yeah, like I said, I keep this one short. That's a short one. As always, love reading the comments section on these videos. Take a moment, let me know what you all think. What's your take on all this? You know, specifically the new Buell announcement, specifically the new Indian announcement, and how do you think Harley Davidson is going to punch back? As always, stay safe out there. Stay low out there. Practice a positive mental attitude. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.